I have no doubt in my mind that Hytale is going to be an absolutely generational video game. From the amazing development team, to the fantastic lore that the game has, to the unprecedented levels of talent and world generation that this game has, I have no doubt in my mind that Hytale is going to be generational. My name's Chris, welcome back to the CanadianFlash channel, and enjoy the video. If you're new here and you enjoy Hytale content just as much as I do, please for me hit that subscribe button and hit that like button. I'm on the road to 10,000. I'm so close I can basically touch it. My goal is to reach 10,000 subscribers before the game drops, so please, like I said, hit that subscribe button. It'd be greatly appreciated. Also use code FLASH in the Hytale shop if you're trying to pick up a copy of Hytale, or maybe in the future if you're trying to buy any cosmetics or in-game purchases. Use code FLASH, helps support the channel, that'd be greatly appreciated. Also throw my Discord links in the description down below, and with that being said, enjoy the video. I think the story alone of Hytale is enough to actually have it just be this some sort of generational game. From being a indie game studio back from 2015 to 2018, then they released this trailer that got 60 million views, and they only thought they were going to get maybe 1 million views. In fact, they got 60 million. That is so many views. The game was one of the most viewed game trailers of all time, let alone besides like GTA 6 and Minecraft, but those don't really count. This is an indie game studio releasing a trailer that got 60 million views. That alone is straight generational. But then on top of that, they have the Hypixel team basically developing Hytale back in the day, and it had so much hype. They got bought out by Riot Games, and they still were developing under Hypixel Studios. They made a bunch of changes to the game that, let alone, did not end up working out, and the game ended up getting canceled. But on top of that, once the game was canceled, the original owner for the game, Simon, who sold the game back to Riot Games back in 2020, repurchased it, most aura-farming thing I've ever seen, and now he bought the game in Hypixel Studios back from Riot Games and is now releasing it in a week's time on January 13th, 2026 at 10 a.m. We will all be playing Hytale, and honestly, that is just straight cinema. I don't even know what to say at this point. At the time of recording this video, the World Generation blog released actually this afternoon, but this video is going out in like a day or two. We got this World Generation blog, and Simon has been hyping up this blog post for pretty much months now, saying how revolutionary it is. No voxel-based sandbox game has anything to the sort of this level of World Generation, and I'm like, yeah, it makes sense. I trust Simon's words, and I believed him completely that it would completely change the genre, and I didn't really know what to expect, to be honest, because we know there's some sort of lore with the World Gen, with the Fragments of Orbits, which I'll talk about in a separate video, probably the day before Hytale comes out. But we got the World Generation blog post today, and this blog post absolutely blew my mind. Like, yes, I understand, and I expected a lot from this blog post, but what we actually saw from this blog post is, I don't even know what to say. Like, there's floating whales. The floating whales are incredible. The sky islands are absolutely beautiful. Look at I don't even know how to describe this. The way that the oceans generate in World Gen V2 is probably the most underrated part because it looks like an actual ocean. It's gorgeous. The caves, the lighting, everything is so beautiful. Look at the way that Zone 4 generates. I don't even know if that is Zone 4. It looks like Zone 4, but we can see the sky, and there's flying pteranodons in there as well. Like, my mind is absolutely blown. And we've seen actual videos of procedural rings now that are on separate planets as well. So if Hytale could keep this up in the early access, let alone version of Hytale, what will happen with this level of world generation in 2 years, 5 years, 10 years? This game is going to be absolutely unbelievable, and to think that we're getting this now is fantastic. I can't even describe this. I'm at a loss for words on how good this World Generation blog post is. And you guys can even see even just regular zones in like Zone 3. We see a lot of Zone 3 images. It is beautiful. We can actually see some skeletons in some of these screenshots as well. But look at the render distance. Look at the way the chunks flow. Look at these alien planets as well. Like, anything seems possible in this World Gen blog post. And I don't even know where to begin because, like I said, the Hytale is going to be generational, but right now, I mean, yeah, sure, I'm talking about the World Gen, but there's so many other aspects of Hytale as well that I've never seen before in other games. Another aspect of Hytale that's going to be generational is going to be the modding capabilities of this game. The Hytale was actually made from the Hypixel team because of the lack of modding capabilities of Minecraft. And now they're bringing what they wanted from Minecraft into their own game, and they want to make it moddable and accessible to absolutely everybody. And to me, I don't know a lick of coding. I don't know anything about coding, modding, developing, modeling, artists, sound design. I don't know anything like that. But the fact that Hytale has these tools, they've already given us Blockbench plugins already, so we could start making our mods already. And now, pretty much anybody off the street's going to be able to make a mod in Hytale. Like, I might actually make a mod. Like, if I can make a mod, literally anybody, like, even a baby can make a mod if I can make a mod. That's how bad I am at developing. So, it seems like the modding tools in Hytale really have no limitations, and that is the best part about the game, because literally anything is possible. And think of Turbo Kart Racers in Hypixel and how absolute crap it is. It is terrible. It's like basically one of the most unplayable minigames, but that's literally the best that Minecraft can do. And I trust that that's the best Hypixel could have done with that game mode as well back in the day. Now in Hytale, that game is going to be basically like you're driving an F1 car. Like, I'm going to be honest. I'm pretty sure anything is going to be physically possible. From what we've seen with the new World Gen compared to what we've seen with the modding capabilities of this game, it looks absolutely unbelievable. Even all the in-game creative tools look fantastic as well. The fact that you could just place like a million blocks without any lag is unbelievable as well. The fact, like, if you were to place like a circle of TNT in Minecraft, that thing would take like 3 minutes to load, and then it would be super buggy and super laggy. And then if you were to blow that up, I'm sure computer might explode or something like that. But the modding capabilities of this game, like I said, we saw the videos of Simon placing these spaceships down with millions of blocks with no lag, no effort, nothing. Absolutely everything. Just perfect. And then on top of that, we also have like the in-game grading tools and the modeling and the art stuff. It's fantastic. And whoever is a modder, a developer, a creator, anybody who makes some sort of content for Hytale is going to have an absolute field day with this game. And honestly, I could see so many people who have like built their careers in Minecraft just swap over to Hytale and just play the game and do what they want with much less limitations in this game compared to games like Minecraft and maybe even Roblox as well. The fact that Hytale can even run on some of the worst specs known to mankind for a computer is honestly fantastic as well, because that means literally anybody who has a base Intel CPU, really, or some base MacBook, or even a Linux, which also just confirmed recently it can run on all three of those operating softwares, is absolutely huge for the game. Like sure, it's not going to be on Xbox and PlayStation and mobile like they originally planned back when they did that whole new engine changeover. But then again, this is still fine. A lot of people play on computer anyway, and I've had a lot of friends ask me if they're going to be able to play Hytale on their computers, and I'm confidently telling them, yeah, like sure, maybe if you have a computer from 1995, maybe not, but if you have a computer from basically anything from like 2015 or like newer, you're going to be able to play Hytale at least some sort of playable rate compared to Minecraft, where you got to download like 300 OBS mods, maybe Sodium and everything just to even break 60 FPS. Now it seems like that's going to be already built straight into the game, and in fact, I believe the developer of Sodium literally is a developer for Hytale, so that's why the game is so optimized so perfectly. And I mentioned that before with Simon adding like 100 million blocks at one time, and he didn't get a single lag spike at all. Like, this game is fantastic. Another thing I really like about Hytale is the fact that it caters to basically every genre. Like I said, the modders, the artists, the creators, even the YouTubers as well. There is a creator program. If you guys don't know, I am a #Hytale partner, so I'm absolutely glazing the crap out of this game, but that's just what it's going to be. And I didn't even have to get paid to do it. I would graze the clap out of Hytale if I wasn't even getting paid to do it. And I'm not getting paid to do it. I'm just saying it out of my heart because I absolutely love Hytale. But this game caters to absolutely everybody. Like me, I'm a dinosaur fan. And what's in Zone 4? Dinosaurs, and today they even announced that pteranodons are in Hytale as well. Cave raptors. I've said for many years that my number one aspect in Hytale is that I want cave raptors to be rideable. And what did Simon do? Simon goes on Twitter and puts a saddle, not even puts a saddle, he just puts like 3 lines of code on a raptor and starts riding it around. Like, I wonder where he got that idea. And to me, that's like one of the coolest things ever because it caters to something that I enjoy. I want to make a Jurassic Park in Hytale, and I want to be good at combat, and Hytale has both of those options for people who want to have cozy gameplay and build a house in nice cozy Zone 1 or Zone 2 or Zone 3. They're going to do that as well. That caters to everybody. If you want to make mods, that most obviously you can make mods on Hytale. If you want to be a music producer in Hytale, you can do that. If you want to make movies, there's literally a machinima tool. You can make movies as well. If you want to just play multiplayer or play, I don't know, the oldest anarchy server in Hytale, you can do that as well. Hytale caters to absolutely anybody, any age, any style, any genre of gameplay. And in fact, it's not just sword and shield combat. I'll get to combat a little bit later on, but like I said, even the combat caters to everybody. It is so fantastic, and like it's just a breath of fresh air. And another point why Hytale is going to be absolutely generational, and I will stand by this point. I'm sure I'm glazing the team like crazy right now. I'm just speaking straight from the heart because I love Hytale. But the team listens to its community. In fact, I don't think Hytale would have been saved without the hashtag Save Hytale movement and us absolutely pushing Riot Games to save Hytale. Sure, we didn't think Simon was going to buy the game when we started the Save Hytale movement. That was just a happy coincidence. And then Tubbo decides to nudge Simon. He's like, you know what? I will try to buy Hytale, let alone he does buy Hytale. And apparently there was a bunch of other studios and developers also trying to buy Hytale, and if EA Sports was one of them, I'm so glad EA Sports did not get the rights to Hytale, because Simon is the perfect person to actually run and lead this game of Hytale. He listens to the community. I mean, guys on Twitter like 24/7. I really don't think he sleeps, to be honest. And in fact, on top of that, Budacat, greatest community manager in the history of community managers. And yeah, sure, the team might make decisions that we don't like, honestly. It's just how it's going to be. But if it honestly betters the game of Hytale in the future, I'm all for it. Like before, when Hytale was under the other leadership, they were just cutting things out of the game. Like Fonz died, Zone 4 was gone. That means all the dinosaurs were gone. So it's like, was it really the same Hytale that we fell in love with? Like, we don't know. But now we're getting back the old legacy engine with Simon, and he's being completely transparent with us, telling us that the game is complete poop right now. From what I've seen, the game looks fantastic. I'm gonna be honest, but he says it's complete poop, and we understand that it's, in quotations, complete poop, because it is the early access for the game. We don't know when the full release is going to be. It's probably going to take a couple of years, might even take 4 or 5 years, or 6 or 7 years. We don't really know. But this early access period is going to be a big telling tale of how good and how generational Hytale could be. And the fact that they're getting mods day one in Hytale, like they're literally partnering with CurseForge to get CurseForge to make mods in Hytale for day one, is unbelievable. And I think the possibilities are absolutely endless for this game. On top of everything that I've already mentioned in this video, I haven't even talked about the combat system in this game. And the combat system in Hytale looks like so much fun. It looks very fast paced, and it looks like there's a lot of variety of weapons and abilities and bows and crossbows that you're going to be able to use, and it seems like everything is going to be somewhat competitive with each other. It's not going to be like games that we know already where a sword and an axe and a shield are going to be your best combo, because in Hytale there's daggers, there's swords, there's long swords, there's axes, there's battle axes, there's short bows, there's long bows, maces. There's absolutely anything you can think of that's really a weapon. It's really going to be in Hytale. There's going to be a magic system, there's going to be staffs. The magic system and staffs aren't going to be in the game at the early access, but other than that, this game looks so much fun. We saw the free-for-all gameplay video with all the different armor sets as well. There seems like there's 8 or 9 tiers of armor, which is super cool as well. It'll make combat and even games like survival games and all the other games like that more diverse as well. And honestly, there's unlimited potential with this game. And on top of all of that, the lore of Hytale is probably the thing I'm most excited for, and people call me the lore guy, and I agree with that. I do like the lore of Hytale. I think there's people who are way better at deciphering the lore than I am, honestly. I kind of like take parts and I make videos about it, and I have like I said, a lore video coming out in a week or so. But the lore of Hytale is something that I really love, and it's really one of the few games that I've really actually wanted to know like about the lore for. Like, yeah, sure, there's like Star Wars games and everything that I love the lore for because I love Star Wars, but this is like a whole separate game. And honestly, I've never even found myself even caring about the lore of Minecraft, because there's like basically nothing. Like, sure, there's like an abandoned mine shaft here or there, and there's some abandoned structures, and you have to kill the Ender Dragon and all that, but in Hytale, it's completely different. The world around you is completely alive. Every mob interacts with every other mob. There's the lore between Varen and Gaia, the lore between the factions like the Scarix and the Farons, the lore between the Chorks and the Quebecs. There's Fawns and Outlanders. Like, why are they like that? We don't really know, and all of these things are going to be uncovered once we play Hytale, and to me, that's the coolest part of the game. That and the exploration and the combat, and even obviously the multiplayer as well, how you can just play with your friends like in an instant. That's another thing I didn't even talk about. That's another reason why Hytale's going to be generational. But the lore of this game is what really brought me in. All the concept arts that we saw back in the day, I've made countless videos talking about them, like Tessa and Kairos. The history of Hytale, I made videos of those in the past, and to me, that's like the best part of the game, and I cannot wait to get my hands on it, to discover the lore, see if my theories were correct, see if they're completely wrong. We'll just have to see if whenever Hytale comes out in a week or so. I know I kind of just rambled on in this video, and if it seemed kind of unstructured, that's kind of the point. I just wanted to speak from the heart, because Hytale has been like my life for like 7 years, and I've been, like I said, I've been waiting for this since I was in high school, and I've graduated high school now. I graduated college. I'm like in my 4th year of a refrigeration apprenticeship now. Like, it's really been like a third or a quarter of my life how I've had Hytale in it, and I understand. I'm excited for this game, and yeah, I am a Hytale partner, so of course I'm going to glaze the game, but I'm just so excited. I think the game's going to be absolutely generational. I think it's going to break records. I don't know if it's going to be Game of the Year, because I think GTA 6 is coming out, and yeah, Hytale is technically in early access, so maybe in 2027 it'll be nominated as Game of the Year, but we'll just have to see. Let me know what you think. Do you think Hytale's going to be generational? Let me know in the comment section down below. With that being said, I'll see you guys in the next one.